Hello there, hi everybody. Quick wave from me, Eleanor Grace, and I'm broadcasting to you from London in the United Kingdom. So I hope that you're doing well wherever you are in the world. And don't forget, we reach out to America and also Canada and Australia and the UK and Ireland too, and lots of bits in Europe because we've got lots of people who connect to the show. So I'm a natural psychic medium and I'm going to do some free readings tonight. It is tonight, actually, in the UK. It's 7 o'clock here. I know that it's different times across the world, but we won't worry too much about that because you are joining in with us. So readings here, free readings through A1R Psychic Radio, and we will be connecting through to some callers and looking at their issues and trying to resolve those messages from Spirit that may come through. They often do, and it is quite a surprise to people, but, you know, we do have a sort of huge range of skills and talents to share with you. So these are my cards as well. I'll show you these. These are Victorian cards from UK, tarot cards, but with all of these lovely pictorial images that convey different stages in your life. So with the tarot, you can look at where you are. Now, are you at the beginning again? Have you gone right back to passing go as you would do on the Monopoly board? Are you starting again over something that you need to reinvent for yourself? How is your career going? How is your work? How is your family, relations, and of course your relationship as well? Now, all of those big, big questions that we have can be answered on an email reading with me personally, and you can pay in dollars on my website, which is gracedestiny.com. So we've got Beth in Lowell, Massachusetts, that is waiting online. Hello, Beth. How are you there today? Hi.
Very good.
How are you? Yes, I'm very well, thank you. Well enough now. So, Beth, let's have a look at you. I'm going to connect to you, Beth, by using my cards, which I've just displayed here. So I'm shuffling now, and I'd like you just to say stop, and then we can pick a few cards for you, connect through psychically, and see exactly what is happening in your life. So shuffling for you, just say stop when you feel quite ready.
Okay.
Yeah? Ready now?
I'm ready.
Okay, brilliant. Let's see what is here. Well, you have some sort of divine intervention that's coming along in your life. I feel as though this is a big new start for you, and that you have many opportunities to really showcase yourself, your own personality, but also your own skills. I'm just cutting the cards through here, and here you've got this very first card for you. It's the Four of Wands here, and it's all about you actually being able to literally bang that big bass drum. It's like you're finding your voice, wanting to say a lot about yourself and also about your needs, where you're going to in life. I also feel here that you have had quite a lot of disappointment, and I think that this is connected a lot more to your past than you would like it to be. So this may not be something that you share with people or that you really say very much. Excuse me. However, I am getting here that there's been some sort of trials and tribulations, some difficulties in recent relationships that have made it feel very difficult for you to find that voice. And this is what's happening now. This big bass drum is banging away. That's you saying your bit. Frog in my throat here. So here we've got a lovely person, somebody who is going to be really taking care of you and wanting to show you just how much of a genuine person he is. Now he's crossing your path. So I want you now to look at today, Beth, and think back to your past and think about the disappointments that you've had, one particular character that has been really involved quite heavily in making those disappointments sort of land at your door. And then also look around you at this particular time and find a solution in those people that are presenting themselves to you right now. So I feel that there's some really nice people around you, good friends, good family, well-intentioned, and people that you want to spend time with. But there's this awful ghost in the past that seems to be haunting you, following you a bit. Does that make sense to you now, Beth?
It does.
Yeah.
It does. Yeah.
So
Well, relationship-wise, absolutely, it's been a
well,
disaster the last.
this is about your relationships. This is about the past, letting go of the past, and then finding yourself now. That big voice, banging it out, sort of Tarzan like on your chest and saying, I'm going to go forward. I'm going to do everything that I want to do. I also feel that you're psychic yourself, that you have got strong intuition. You have a lot of very powerful dreams as well. You've got lots of dreamscape around you and like aurora colours in the sky. So it's that sense of the northern lights, the aurora, the greens, the blues, and the deep violets and pinks that I see everywhere here when I'm connecting to you. And I do feel that this is a journey that you're about to step out onto very delicately, most probably, and it's a marvelous opportunity for you to explore all of the different auras around you, your chakras, and really try to connect to spirit because you are being guided. There's a lady that's with you, and I feel with this lady that she is a person that want to go for a G. I don't know if you know Glenda or Brenda. That's the name that I'm bringing forward. It's a big capital G. But this is somebody around who's passed over not long ago, though. So we're not talking about ancestors a long time ago that you can't really remember.
Talk about like within the last 10 years, maybe?
Yeah, much more recent than the sort of ancestors going back. She is sort of pushing you forward. If you felt as though you just sort of want to fall off the edge of your chair sometimes, or you've lost your balance a little bit, it isn't actually you that's doing that. I feel as though there's a force that's saying to you, look, wake up, wake up, wake up, look this way, because you are about to enter into a sphere in your life that was always meant to be. So I think there's a pathway for you that you are always meant to channel your life towards. And this is the crossroads now for you, Beth. This is where you are going to go. You have two children, and there's also a birth in the family. Somebody here is inviting you to a christening. There's a baby to be born. I've got a baby that is being presented here from Spirit. So think about the names of Glenda, Brenda. Think you will get an invitation. It's not your baby. It's somebody else that is sharing that very sort of wonderful time with you. Son and daughter. Do you have a son and daughter?
I just have one daughter.
Okay. Is she married or is she in a relationship here?
She is only 14.
She's too young then. So the boy that I have must belong to you. It's got to be because he's right next to her.
Dog?
Pardon?
A boy?
A boy.
I have a dog.
Oh no. Did you
I only have one.
lose
I
a
wonder who the
child?
boy is.
Did you lose a child at all, Beth? Do you know? Did you have?
Oh, probably.
I think that's it. So very.
Well.
Yeah. Go on.
Okay, so I had an incident when I was in my 20s.
Yeah.
And then I had another one after I had her.
Okay. It's very, very close to your daughter's birth, this boy. He's with
Okay.
her. He seems to sort of
I never
shadow
got to have
her.
him.
No, I know that. He's a soul in spirit, but he belongs to your soul family. That's what I'm
Oh boy.
getting here. It's very powerful, very special. You're going to dream about him because you've got this natural psychic sense yourself, and you've probably realised it every now and again, but not done too much about it. It's like all of us, we have to get on with life and do the day jobs and really feel sort of where we're going. But you
Hmm.
can connect. He, I feel, is very, very much around your daughter, keeps her safe, sort of looks after her. It's sort of, we all fall down a bit sometimes in life, don't we? But this is a message where if she falls down, she's going to land on some soft earth or some green grass. She will not land on rocks. So this is quite a smooth passage for her in her life. And he's staying with you as well, because I feel that there's a male walking towards you, a man walking towards you, who I feel is going to be very significant, very important. Now, remember this name, Glenda Brenda. It's one of those. Ask who that may be amongst your friends, but this is a
No,
woman
no
who is.
Brenda.
Sorry.
I don't know any Brendas.
Okay, or Glenda.
My mother passed away like six 6 years ago.
No, no. I don't feel it's her. Um, I feel that this is somebody that is among your contemporaries, not somebody who is an ancestor. So don't worry about it. Whenever spirit comes through and it's for you, you will connect that information within the next few weeks, because that's what happens when you're in front of a medium and a clairvoyant. So it will be there, and perhaps somebody will
Hmm.
pop up and say, "Oh, do you know this person?" A neighbour. Just think about that initial G. That's important for you. Right. So, Beth, moving forward,
Hmm.
we've got
Yeah.
here the crystal ball. This
You
is.
said something about somebody moving towards me. Is that like a relationship thing or is that something
Yeah,
else?
it is. Yeah, it is. That's what I've got the crystal ball out for. We want
Oh,
to
okay.
see.
Sorry.
We want to see who that is. We want to see what is happening in your life. I'm just going to illuminate this to show all of the
Okay.
aquamarine colours and the purples. And now remember those aurora lights, and they're shining out around you. The aurora lights are the wonderful greens and blues and purples and pinks. And this is what's coming through in your crystal. I do see a person who is, very, very brightly lit up here, quite well illuminated in the crystal ball here for you. Um, Coming from the north down to you. So his trajectory is sort of just if you point the arrow up, he's coming from that direction. So he doesn't live that local to you. He's not going to be next door. He's going to be a little bit further away. But there's communication that is there as well, Beth. So you will be feeling as though you know him already. So perhaps there's letters that are being written or emails or some communication online. Wait a little bit
Hmm.
because you've got the Hanged Man here, which is always about just waiting around, giving yourself a bit of time, allowing yourself to really be sort of exposing your positive qualities, showing the best of you. This is what we've got here,
Hmm.
and it's working. He
So
will live.
I already know him or no?
No, I don't think so. He lives near
Okay.
water. There's possibly a lake here, but he's crossing over quite an expanse of water. Not a sea. I don't think it's an ocean or a sea. This is within a commutable distance, but he's going to be meeting you. by June this year, you will be very, very pleased because he's going to be around you at that time and cementing a relationship that looks to be very positive. There's perfume in the air. So he will buy you perfume as well. Watch for that. That's a really nice gift. He's sociable. He likes to have good times. And I feel that he is very, very able in his character and in his journey in life so far. So he's done well for himself. Watch for his right foot. I do feel as though he's got some sort of problems, maybe had an injury or something to do with his foot. So, yeah, he's got to be careful with his foot. But other than that, physically is perfect. And I do see you negotiating here. A sort of relationship which is so very, very positive and wonderful to embrace. So, this is a marvelous reading. I think that you now need to consider how you can progress with your own psychic development. That's very important here for you. Think about your questions that you want for yourself in life. Think about what you're attracting to you. Because sometimes we think about all the negative stuff that's happened, and that's certainly there in your past. And then you just bring it back and it starts all over again. And you don't want that. You don't want that to happen. So do be prepared to really look long and hard at what you're asking for from the universe, from your life, from where you are. Really key, important factors. But it has been wonderful to speak to you, Beth. A good year ahead.
I just have
I
a
don't
quickie question
go on quickly.
about the
Yeah.
about my job or anything. So you might have already talked about that, but if you could just quickly maybe just tell me what that part was.
Yeah, you do seem to, you did have the Four of Wands. This is you finding your voice. It's about work. It was, in fact, your very first card. With that, it really is about self-confidence and portraying yourself in the best possible light. Sometimes that is impossible to happen because you're about to move on. But let's ask that question. Are you about to move on in your work? Well, things are going to happen quite quickly, whichever way it goes, because you've got here August, the month of August. I feel that everything going from now, April to August, the 2 A's, really go with a lot of speed. Maybe this is where those names are going to come in that you don't recognize at the moment as well, because they can be people that you meet, but Spirit are bringing in a lot of fortune. I think it's your lost son that is with you, that is helping you. So there's a lot here to think about. But yes, I certainly think that by August, you will have redefined your role at work and I think very probably moved on. So very best of luck with that.
Do you mean
And thank
moved
you
on?
for
Like,
joining us. Well, moved on in your job, your role. Yeah.
oh, so I'll have a different role in the same place.
I think you probably could, yes. And this is where you're finding your voice here, Beth, and wanting to speak up. So I think you've got to ask. Don't wait to be given things. Just say, well, actually, I need to have this resolved. So that's your best way forward. Okay, well, thank you now, Beth, for joining us. And I think we're going straight away over to our next caller. Nita, hello there. How are you?
I'm good.
Hello. You sound very soft and very sort of delicate there. So I'll go softly with you, shall I? Let's have a look into your cards now, Nita. I want you to really, really concentrate onto yourself. Think about you. Don't think about me. Think about all of the aspects of your world, your life that you will now want to bring into view. So I'm shuffling for you. Say stop when you feel ready. Let's take a couple of cards, yeah?
Okay.
Say stop when you're ready.
Okay, stop.
Lovely, thank you. I'm just cutting them now, and let's see what you are drawing to you. Can you choose number 1, number 2, or number 3? One of those sections now, please, Nita.
2.
Yeah, straight down the middle. That's what I like to see. I think you compromise quite a lot. This is you here. It's a Victorian image of who you may have been a couple of centuries ago. But this is all about you being very proud and being able to take your rightful place. So I think that you're nudging towards recognition and some opportunities that you perhaps haven't seen here. So let's have a look and see what these are. You've got the Ace as well. This is a little girl, the Ace of Pentacles. So two things are happening here. Do you have a little girl? Do you have a little daughter?
I do not.
Okay. Are you hoping for a little girl at all? Because she's here and I've got her all around you. So we must focus on that and find out who she is. Do you have any children, Nita?
I have 3 sons. I don't have a daughter.
Okay. We've got this little girl. So she's with you. I'm showing you her card here. She's lovely, lovely, lovely girl. She's going to enter your family. She will be there. There's a lot of love around you as well. We've got the King of Cups here. So somebody is really presenting to you a great deal of opportunity and fortune as well. And I think that this is where you are going to be seeing an expansion in your life now. You've got the Magician. So two things that are going on here. Firstly, you've got more money coming to you. With the Ace of Pentacles, this is something that happens when you draw this card. It's a point in destiny. It's a new beginning for you, Nita, and it's a time that you can really appreciate your earned income, your assets, everything that's around you connecting to prosperity. The other implication here of the Ace of Pentacles is all about that child. This can be a lost child, it can be a soul to be born, but there's a girl here. Maybe this was a miscarriage you had, you might not have known about, but a soul in spirit is here. And I feel that this is a girl that will be presented to you at some point in your family. So don't be thinking that this has passed you by, because what's for you in life will never pass you by. Now, Nita, are you reaching a point where you want to make a move in your home? Do you want to change your home environment, or even move out and move into a new home? Is this something that's on your mind?
Yeah, I would like to. I don't know how possible it is.
Well, you're weighing things up here. This is all about temperance, and it is about movement in your life, but I think it's around your home. Money is a consideration. That's what is going to be fixed first of all, and that's about prosperity. I'm not talking about winning loads of money on lotteries and things like that. I'm talking here about you honing in your earned income and savings, your assets, your general prosperity. You're going to be making more of what you have and creating more wealth for yourself, which is really very powerful. It's a very positive situation. 2 of Wands now. I mentioned that there's lots of love around you, and a sense here where lots of different factors are making you very happy. So I think there's a great deal of happiness in your life. And even though you're seeking further clarity and further confirmation here about the different factors that are going to create your happiness, this is your time now, Nita, to reflect on your boys, to reflect on life that has happened up to this point, and also to welcome this open door that's going to be in front of you. I do want to give you a key. I do want to give you this door. I feel as though you're moving on, that you're looking at possibilities as to how you can develop your life further now to an extent where everything is becoming a lot more positive for you. So think about making things happen rather than waiting for things to happen to you. Taking action is very much here a part of your journey. Now, looking at the crystal ball, is there a question that you want to ask me as I'm searching for your face here in the crystal ball, Nita? Do you have a question that you want to ask?
Well, lately I've been kind of going through a lot of like depression and everything. Wondering if this will subside, if things will be getting easier, because I've really been going through a hard time.
Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear. Um, Life can be very tough sometimes, and it's how you deal with it, isn't it? How you cope that is often the solution rather than feeling as though you're overwhelmed. Now, what I'm seeing here in the crystal is quite a few golden sections. It's like there's citrine in here, which is a golden ore that goes right the way through your crystal. Um, I think you've got to make things happen now. You've really got to start talking to yourself and saying, look, it's not so bad here. Even though you've had worse times, the times that are coming into your life are good. And these are times that you really do need to push ahead now and say to yourself, well, what is it that I really want to make me happy? Is it down to me? Is it down to my family? Is it down to a man, a person who can love me? I feel that you need love. I feel that you need a great deal of happiness. You need to feel as though you belong. And times are just not so stressful. And that is where this sort of period of time now is, in fact, coming to an end. So you are not going to be feeling too stressed or too worried. I think try and bring in some of those joyous things, simple things in life, things that you like to eat, things you like to see, what you like to watch. Try and build some happiness into that routine. Look at comedies, be with people who are positive and not dour and negative. And that, I think, is where your starting point is. But I do feel that, looking here in your cards, you have actually got a partnership that works, that brings you happiness and joy here in your heart, in your soul. Nita, thank you very much for joining me here on A1R Psychic Radio. I'm Eleanor Grace, and you can email for, I think it's $25. You can get a full email reading from me. Go to my website, and that is gracedestiny.com, and that will be with you within 2 or 3 days. Now, you can ask your questions and you will get full pictures of your reading in your response. I suggest you do that just to follow up, but I'm going to be here with you anyway next week at the same time. So bye from me, Eleanor Grace, and best of luck to you, Nita. Bye-bye for now.